Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been about probably over a year since I last uploaded anything about my car. I don't know if you guys remember from the Scimitar owners group or the Facebook pages, but I posted a video on there a while back just asking people to sort of get in touch and email me with their projects, because I wanted to do like a series of going out to meeting other owners and sort of doing like an interview and doing like car checks and, you know, traveling to a different place every week and putting that out for you guys. But unfortunately things sort of as we all know, took a little bit of a turn for the worst around about this time last year, and so we weren't able to do that. I got lots of responses, which was good. I think in the next few months things are going to start picking up on this channel. I've got loads planned. Last time I took a week off work was actually the last time I recorded a video, and I've actually got a week off now. It's Saturday today, and I'm off work until next Sunday, so we're going to get some work done on the car. I've got a list of things I want to get through, and it's weird, like a lot's changed since I uploaded last year. We've had a baby. We'd only been in the house for about 12 months at that point. So we've got a 8-month-old baby now, and we've also got a dog as well. We've got a Great Dane puppy. We got her around about the same time, which was just mad. And so we've just not really had any time for anything. The car has been sat pretty much in one spot since we stripped the headliner out last year, and it's not really been touched since then. It hadn't even been started for a good 6 months over the winter, which worried me a little bit when I first sort of charged the battery back up and turned it over. But everything's great. Like it still runs really well. The carb needs a little bit of a tune. I have had a little tinker with the carb, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I've found a few guides online that tell you what to do, but it's one thing reading it and it's another thing actually doing it properly. But I've got it running quite well. I organised to send it down to the garage about 2 weeks ago and have the brakes checked and have the carb tuned and have the timing done properly, because the car had been sat for so long prior to me having it. It was in a field in Norfolk for over 15 years. It never had an MOT on record, and so it's still got the same brakes and brake lines and discs and pads since we pulled it, well, since we had it brought over from Norfolk. And so I'm really nervous driving it because I haven't actually checked them. Like they work really well, they're fine, but I don't know how much wear is left on the pads. I haven't really checked the brake lines. Like it got through an MOT a couple of years back, so everything must, you know, the brakes must have passed the requirement to pass the MOT, but it doesn't mean they're necessarily safe. So that's one of the first things on the list for this week, is just to get the wheels off, check the condition of the discs and the pads. I'd like to refurb the rear drums as well, just to make them look a bit prettier through the wheels. The guy at the garage didn't actually end up doing anything with the car. It was with him for almost 2 weeks, and instead of all I asked him to do was check the brakes, make sure they were safe, and do the timing in the carb, and he didn't touch it. I kept ringing him saying, like, I haven't heard from you, has anything happened with the car? And he's prioritising other customers' cars before mine, which really wound me up. He's got a reputation for not calling people back and not communicating very well. But my brother-in-law sent his car in at the same, well, a couple of days after, and he had his car back last Monday, and mine was still sat in the same position that it was when I took it to him 2 weeks ago. And so I rang him up and said, look, I'm gonna come and collect the car. I've got a week off next week. I don't want to lose a week's worth of time where I could be tinkering with it and messing around. So that's what we're doing this week. And sorry it's been so long. Life's been a little bit hectic, and let's get to it. So for some reason the battery's dead, even though I drove the car like 2 days ago and it started up fine. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'm going to get it on charge for the day.
I've got an idea why it's dead.
Why?
We left the lights on while we were out for that walk.
Huh?
Left the lights on while we were out for that walk.
Oh yeah, the lights were on when I brought the car home from the garage, and then we went for a walk with the dog and the lights were still on when I got back. I forgot to turn them off, didn't I? How long was that walk though?
Quite a while.
About 45 minutes.
Yeah. And obviously if it's not great at holding the charge anyway, then...
Yeah, the battery's not great anyway, is it? That'll be why then.
Because it was... It stayed okay for the whole week, didn't it?
Yeah, it was at the garage for like almost 2 weeks and it was fine the whole time. Cool, we'll leave that for a bit. Probably all day. I can do some other stuff while I'm waiting for that to charge up.
Not that short. Maybe if you fall on it.
Okay, so I'm ordering some goodies from ProTech. Let me get this sorted. There we go. Don't look at that. So they've asked me to measure the width of the bushes on the suspension strut. So presumably, is that the width of this piece here, or is it the width, the internal width of this piece here? I'm not too sure. So what I'll do is do both, just to make sure. So I've got to do the front. Look at all those spider webs. I've got to measure the front and I've got to measure the back as well, which is why the car's jacked up. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I have noticed the brake pads seem to have plenty of life on them, and the discs look brand new. There's no lip whatsoever, which is a good sign for the brakes, although the calipers are very rusty. I might pick them apart, and I know one of the brakes is seized. I'm not sure whether it's one of the front calipers or one of the rear drums, but we need to pull them apart and figure that out anyway. This doesn't look quite right to me. I'm not sure whether that's just because I've got the car jacked up, but I feel like that the dust cover needs to be further down. It looks quite new though. I must have had that replaced at some point. I think I've got 2 more of these in the shed as well. This is new, and I thought it was going to fix my problem with the steering rack leak. but then I realised there wasn't supposed to be fluid in here. There's power steering fluid in this, or there used to be before it all drained out. So there's a leak. Let me see if I can turn this up for you. There's a leak coming from here somewhere. So when the power steering fluid was full, it used to just pour out of this boot, and it shouldn't be in this boot in the first place. So obviously one of the seals has gone in the power steering rack. So that is one of the jobs on the list for this week. We're pulling out the power steering rack and sending it off to get it refurbished. So hopefully I can put the power steering pump back in and finally have power steering after God knows how many years. But yeah, looking good so far.
One thing from the wrap that's actually come in useful.
Oh, is it a onesie?
Boiler suit. It's covered in grease.
It's the next day and we've recruited help in the form of a Kiwi. Brought some toys with him because I'm very disorganised with my I've basically got the same as this, but it's all like poured out into a bag.
You failed. I've snapped all the things on it, apart from one.
Did I tell you you're not getting paid for today?
You did, but I'm a pervert and I like cars.
I've got a different form of payment. Follow me. Follow me.
It's not sexual favours, is it?
We have a Relentless.
Thank you very much.
We have a Rockstar Mango. We have another Rockstar Mango, that one's for Soph. Got another Rockstar, that one's for me. And then we've got two Monsters. I know you can't function without energy drink.
Maybe.
Right, we've got a charged up battery.
Oh.
You haven't drove this before, have you? Just bear in mind, it's got a slightly flat tyre on the back and one of the brakes are binding. So good luck, I don't know. You might need to, if you pull the choke all the way out, it might already be out.
Is it?
Yeah. Is it already out?
I'm guessing so.
I think you twist. Yeah, that's out. And then you might need to pump the throttle a little bit.
You're a tour.
That'll do. Will it not idle? I think it's not firing on all cylinders at the moment.
What gave you that?
By the way, reverse is over here.
Don't want to do it.
Huh?
Don't want to stay.
Oh really? It probably just needs to warm up for a bit. And we need to tune the carb as well. Huh?
You need it sticking out the bonnet.
What, like an air filter sticking out the bonnet? Keep the choke out until it's nice and warm.
I can't see out that mirror.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's not going to get your car, is it?
How's that? Perfect. Okay, we're up on all 4 axle stands. We're looking for the brake that's binding. So this one looks fine. This one's fine. Kieran, do you want to go do the other one? You're struggling with that one. Yeah, we found the binding brake. I was going to take the drums apart anyway and sort of clean them and put new... what are the pads called inside the drums? Are they just pads?
Yeah, they're like spring-loaded ones.
Yeah. I haven't done anything with drum brakes before, so that's going to be fun. And we also found a fuel leak, so we need to address that.
Don't have a long...
I could use this. Oh, I went the wrong way. I'm going to leave that on there so I can bosh it with a hammer.
Go ahead.
Where are you going?
There we go. Now I can push it back. Here, you can have it.
Thanks.
I just needed to get it loose. You can buy the proper ones for the separators that don't split them, but they're like 50 quid. And you can get a new one for like 20 quid, so it's not worth it. 70.
Hey! I did it!
Can I have hammer, please?
I actually did something. Oh, I probably should have took that all the way off first because now it's spinning. Oh, that's not good. Uh-oh.
What have you done?
This is now...
Off, did you?
I should have took it all the way off.
Now you're going to need a spanner and something to put in the bottom of it.
Can you put... You can't even put a spanner around it, can you?
You can get a spanner around it. You need to put an Allen key in the bottom of it then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's one of them.
What's happened, Kieran?
Shit good photos. So one sec, let's do the radiator. It's nearly empty.
We're taking the radiator out.
Perfectly plain bucket.
Yeah, all the water missed the bucket. That's so funny.
There's more coming.
Oh god. Some went in. Ugh. So we're taking the steering rack out and the radiator was in the way. Wasn't necessarily in the way, but I think it was going to be easier for us to remove the rack with the radiator out. Put your gloves on, man. Okay. That should give us enough freedom to remove the rack.
Put that super.
The problem we've got is this bit that goes through the chassis up to your steering wheel goes through your chassis up to the steering wheel. So I'd give you a hand, Kieran, but I'm trying to hold the camera as well. Oh, you got it. I can rotate it. Yeah.
Freedom. Have to get it out.
Those lines should just pull off now.
They're just stiff. Which way?
Oh, we're coming out my way?
We are now.
Oh, sorry. I should probably be pulling.
Wait.
Sorry.
Ah, good. Good. Good.
Pull.
Go.
Hang on. Yes. Oh, it's heavy. It's heavier than I thought it would be. Oh, God.
Get in the bush. Mind your bolt. There's a good sign.
Oh, man. Oh, it's heavy.
Just sit to full, straight through the hole and in the bucket.
We're out. How much did we get in there? Oh, not too bad. You're looking for a bolt?
Yeah.
Whew. Look how much space there is now for activities. I need to take my glove off. Can you take my glove off?
Better.
I don't want to get the camera dirty. Okay, I've got that lovely rusty water. Ideal.
Good for cleaning hand.
Yeah, this is going to give me a good opportunity to clean all this stuff out that I've never been able to reach because the rack and the radiator was in the way. So that's ideal. Whew. Tired?
No.
I am. I barely did anything.
I observed.
Yeah. So we've also decided to take the horns out, and we're going to have a go at taking this bar in the middle. I believe the only reason that's there is to hold the original fan in place. I think.
Yeah.
And possibly the tray that held the spare wheel on as well. So we're going to take that out because it's just in the way. And then I'm going to clean everything. Maybe not today. We're going to order some lunch first. I'm going to get a KFC. You're definitely doing all the work, Kieran.
I'm earning my keep. Ta-da.
That's pretty rusted as well.
Loads of room.
Look at all that space.
Look at all these room for activities.
Okay. So I've got new tie rod ends to go on anyway. The steering rack place said they want the boots removed. Kieran, what are these called? Tie rod ends?
Yeah.
The tie rod ends taken off. There's like I think there's an inner tie rod behind this boot. And they want all the lines taken off as well. And then they just rebuild the rack inside out and paint it as well, which is quite good. 290 quid apparently. I've got some new boots to go on, and I've got some new tie rod ends as well. So I'm gonna strip it down. I need to take some photos of this because there's no way I'm gonna remember how all these lines go in. I also found where the fuel line is leaking in the middle of the screen there. I don't know if you can see that tiny split there on this line, on this fuel line. There's a tiny split in the middle, and that is where my fuel is leaking from. It's good that we found it, but it's quite high up there in the car, so I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to replace, but making good progress, I think. Yeah, I think I've got some boots in the shed.
Yeah, I found that when I did the Turan ones. I'd accidentally pierced it when I put it on, and loads of water got in it. And the inside ones.
It's actually this one where all the fluid is coming out, so that should be well, unless it's all dried up by now, but that should be full of fluid.
An indicator.
Yeah. Don't know why you're not wearing gloves. You're crazy.
Can't feel things. I'm trying to feel a bolt or something. I'm like, I can't tell if I want it or not.
You're stoic. You have no feelings.
I'm old.
Oh. You could just cut the boot off if it's easier. I'm actually interested to see. So is that where the fluid was meant to be coming out from?
It's just the hydraulic fluid pushes it back and forth, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because that just looked like grease to me. It's supposed to be greased, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, the grease within them. There's your hydraulic fluid.
Oh yeah, that's all pissing out of there.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, that's definitely pink. I thought it was the other side. It could be both. I'm not sure.
Do you know what we should have done?
What?
When it was on, loosen the locking nuts.
Can't we do that now?
We can put it there.
I mean, like, isn't there another? Once we get this boot off, shouldn't there be like a flat bit where we can put a spanner on?
What size are we saying?
I think we just cut the boot.
What, rather than
Just slice that, peel it off, and then there should be a flat bit inside.
I mean,
He's got it. I could be lying. There might not be a flat bit.
I think you're fully shit too. I know what you're on about. But no, I think you're fully shit.
Huh? There's no flat bit. Oh, that's annoying. I'm sorry about that. How are we going to get this off now, huh? Oh wait,
That's the locking that you have to undo.
there's no flat bit on here either.
What, to hold it?
Yeah.
No, so you have to. You can probably put more grips on that. And then
Yeah.
do that. But it tends to spin a bit.
Yeah, that is full of fluid.
I mean, there will be fluid in it because it's meant to be.
It's meant to be grease though, isn't it? Not hydraulic fluid.
The seal's probably gone in there. I'm pretty sure the fluid stays within this part here,
Yeah.
not come out this part.
Cool. Let's go get a KFC.
Some fucking choy chicken.
Do you want to go wash your hands?
No.
Okay. Kieran's gone home. We got through quite a lot today. I thought we'd only get a little bit done, but managed to pull the whole steering rack out, and I'm gonna sit in the garden and start taking that apart now. Tomorrow we need to head over to Bromsgrove to pick up a steering wheel hub so that I can fit my new racing wheel, and we're gonna get some oil for Sophie's car. You're right there, Coda. And I'm also going to pull the rear drum brake off to see if I can figure out why it's binding. But overall, really good day. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this content, like and subscribe. And also, if you hit the little bell in the corner, you'll be notified when I next upload. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.